In my mind, football is easily the greatest sport in the world. Sorry to any fans of any other sports, especially rugby, but I just don't care. Seeing a club like Leicester City rise from League One to Premier League champions within 5 seasons is incredible. Seeing the slow and tragic decline of my club, Manchester United. Football comes pre-packaged with serious amounts of emotion due to your own personal investment in your club as a fan. Seeing young players come through and become world superstars in almost an instant, gradually getting better and better to points where they become the greatest player in the world, or seeing players come through and then vanish into the void like Federico Makeda. Football is ultimately the most human sport in the world, where you see the successes and failures of people based on their own physical limitations. And then we look at FIFA. FIFA, despite representing the most human sport in the world, is, in my opinion, the least human video game ever created. Since the late 2000s, FIFA has basically had a stranglehold on the industry because Konami is over here with PES trying to put square pegs into round holes, while EA is just putting the square peg in the square hole because then, at least they can put out a game that functions. EA has had a complete monopoly over the industry, despite many trying to create new football games like UFL. Sorry, I don't think it's ever going to overtake FIFA. Throughout my childhood, FIFA basically was my Christmas game. Every year I'd ask for FIFA for Christmas, get it at Christmas, look at the graphics and be like, oh my god, it looks just like the real Didier Drogba. Look at him, it's Didier Drogba. It looks just like him. You'd boot up Ultimate Team, which I never particularly liked as much as Career Mode, but you'd boot up Ultimate Team, you'd build your lovely new bronze team, and slowly replace it with a Charles Nzogbia. FIFA used to be so much easier. And slowly build up your team to a point where you could have a pretty bog standard all gold team. If you got really, really good, who knows? Maybe you could get the odd legend or team of the season or info. But recently, FIFA hasn't quite hit the same anymore. Sure, I can still look at the game and be like, oh my god, it's Didier Drogba, but it's not fun anymore. And I kind of want to talk about why. You see, FIFA has about 1,000,001 different modes of play. You've got the flagship Ultimate Team, you've got regular kickoff for couch play, or you've got my personal favorite, which was always Career Mode. See, the idea of Career Mode is perfect for a simulation-based football game. I get to make myself the manager of my football club, and I can make them the greatest team in the world. I can go and sign Mbappe for Man United. I can go and sign Haaland for Northampton in like 10 years, if that's what I want to do. I can become the manager of PSG and sign Messi and Ronaldo for the same team. It's like, Ultimate Team ultimately doesn't have the same freedom and the same amount of fun that Career Mode could have. Like, I want to win the league with Eric Choupo-Moting as my starting striker. I can do that. I can have him be the captain and lift the Champions League for me. I don't know. Other modes that just add more fun is pro clubs. While player career mode might not be your speed because it's kind of boring only be able to control one guy, being able to control one guy while all your friends also control one guy is the whole point of pro clubs. Everyone makes their pro, you all join a team, and you slowly go up the ranks until you reach the promised land of Division 1. You create your club, you make your players, you give them names that shouldn't be said on a public space. Ultimately, if you just play these modes as the fun, simulation-based arcade modes that they were initially created to be, FIFA can still have some semblance of fun. Now, since around about FIFA 16, do you want to know what EA has done to vastly improve these modes? A big old goose egg, gang! They have done, as the fella says, fuck all. Surprisingly, to anyone who works at EA over career mode, adding 3 dialogue options that repeat after every single match day in pre-match interviews and post-match interviews for my manager career doesn't exactly add up to innovation. Adding training and then just changing it a few years later doesn't really equal innovation. What would equal innovation is maybe being able to improve the facilities at my club so that my players stay fresher and fitter for longer, or expanding, the stadium. And I know they're apparently working on this, but online career mode should have been a thing about 10 goddamn years ago, EA. Just think about how much fun that mode could be. I take my team, Manchester United. My co-host of my podcast, Moss, takes his team, Liverpool. I then can go find more friends of mine to take on, I don't know, Arsenal or Chelsea or Bournemouth, and then we can compete against one another. We can hop into calls to negotiate for players. Would that not be so much more fun? But no, they haven't done that. And I know what you're saying, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's fine, but EA has been actually taking away features from career mode. For instance, on the older FIFAs, in around about the mid-2000s, I used to be able to buy staff for my club that could improve stats for my players. I used to be able to improve facilities. So why can't I do it now? I know you're very happy, EA, with your big stadium models, because you show them off in every trailer, even though you've had the same stadium models since FIFA 15. I just want to say that you don't need to change the models. You just need to give me an in-game feature. Let me expand the capacity of the stadium. You don't need to change the stadium, you can just tell me it's bigger. That's all I need to hear. And then let me get more money for my transfers or something. And I know ultimately why EA does this. And for those of you who don't, I will explain. Ultimate Team is and always will be EA's flagship mode. Reasoning for this is, as I'm sure you know if you've ever played an EA game, EA really like money. That is why they make a lot of it, despite also being regarded as the worst company in the world. But as well, they've also created Ultimate Team to be a system now for esports, which again, I am not complaining. I do think esports has a really important place within Ultimate Team. You create competitions like the real life sport has. However, with this, you don't want to make it so that everyone has to become an esports pro to enjoy FIFA. And even then, a lot of big YouTubers or even esports players don't particularly like FIFA anymore. Like, I don't want to have to sit down and by force play 40 games of FIFA. I know they've changed it now to be 20 games for FUT Champs, okay? But I cannot believe that EA were like, so if you want good rewards and you want to have the best team so that you can compete during the week in your free time with the players who do play FUT Champs every weekend, you need to sit down and play 40 games of FIFA over 2 days. That is obscene amounts of FIFA for a game that isn't particularly fun. And also, the recent esports push, making everyone suddenly have these god squads, makes really good gold cards like Haaland or Ronaldo or just a regular gold Messi entirely useless, because there's a different Messi who's broken and 98 rated or something, and everyone has him, you know? That's why, in the old days, someone could pack a regular gold Ribery like KSI did and lose their mind. But today, you get people like Bateson who pack a 95 Garrincha and just go, that's good.
It is Brazil, which is nice. Right wing, Garrincha. Depending on which version, that could be good. It's 95 Garrincha. That's actually really, really nice. We've got a Prime Icon Moments Garrincha.
I want this to be clear. I'm not trying to rag on gaming as a whole in this grind style. I do feel like there is place for it, but the problem is you have to make the game fun in and of itself. Don't get me wrong, when I play Fortnite, and I do play Fortnite, I despise the weekly challenges. A lot of them are ass, but where Fortnite makes up for it is it makes the game so stupid that it's fun. Call of Duty has a very similar problem to FIFA, in that in order for you to make progress or improve your weapons, you need to grind out every other weapon, and I don't know why this literal grind set is being put into games when, in my opinion, they should be just for relaxation or for an escape. Football, for a lot of people, is that escape. Sitting down to watch football with family or friends is amazing. Even if United are terrible, I still have a good time watching it and complaining about how bad my team is with my brothers. Or when the World Cup final was on there 2 weeks ago between Argentina and France, it was the greatest game of football that either of the three of us have ever seen. And all three of us were going insane for the full 150 minutes that it was going on. And as much as EA wants to make FIFA this realistic, like real sports experience, you're missing the primary thing with football. And that is that football is fun. And football is an escape from the realities of the world for a lot of people. I love football, so always I'm going to buy FIFA. But recently, FIFA just isn't fun anymore. Now, the FIFA branding will die this year. It is the final FIFA. FIFA 23 will be the last FIFA. Next year, we get EAFC. And there are rumors of it going free to play and there being online career mode. And I hope that that is true. But basing on how EA have run their business model in recent years, I'm not holding out hope anymore.